This is Fast and Furious, which is a perfect name for this yacht. It's an AB Yachts, Italian built in 2016. Tender gauge in here, we will take a look at that in a bit. But the big news with this is the performance. This is a properly fast super yacht. It's built out of fiberglass, Kevlar and carbon for lightweight and strength, and it's an amazing machine. Now, it's raining at the minute, so we're a little bit covered up, but you can imagine there's sunbeds across the back here, there's seating across here as well, and then we've got the table here, as you can see, and we've got the bimini, which is giving us a little bit of shade from the rain, but obviously it's designed more for sunshine. The bar area is here. We've also got engine access here. I'm going to take you down and show you that, but we're going to go inside first of all. Now, having said that it is a high performance machine, you've got to bear in mind this is a 145-foot yacht, and therefore the space inside is colossal. Look at this. And not just in terms of the sheer volume of the floor space, but also the headroom. The headroom in here, if I spin the camera around, you can see that I can barely reach the ceiling. And that's what gives a phenomenal feeling of space. Now, at this sort of size, of course, you're starting to get things like a separate dining area, like this. And the galley is a huge galley on this one. It's actually down on the lower deck. But there is a dumbwaiter which lives inside here. There we go, and that brings the food up and down. What I'm going to do, we've got an owner's cabin forward, but as you can see it's a little busy at the minute. So we're going to head down first of all. I'll show you the lower deck, and then we'll come up and we'll come around and show you everything else. So down here there are 4 more guest cabins, plus this area here, which at the minute is being used as a little bit of a gym. But you could use that however you want. You could have that as a cinema room, you could have it as a playroom for the kids. It's just a really nice big space, and there's pocket doors, so this will close right off. I'll come right back here, you can see it's actually a pretty decent area in here. If we head on back, first of all, there's 2 cabins back here. These pretty much mirror each other. Really good size, as you can see. And then of course we've got hanging lockers, we've got dressing table there, all the usual kind of stuff. And then in here we've got the ensuite. So separate shower in through here. Check out these racing basin and loo. Actually carbon fibre, I don't know how that's picking that up, but yeah, that is a pretty impressive little thing, that. And then we've got the bidet as well, also in carbon fibre. So that's that cabin there. The one next to it is pretty much identical, but we will of course take a look. There we go. Same kind of deal. Really good size. Look at the footprint there. We're on a big yacht here, although it's a sports yacht, very much a sports yacht, and we'll come to performance of course. At this sort of length, you're not compromising on the accommodation. Same deal here, the shower, the basin, the loo, the bidet. There we go. Let's head on around a little bit further. We've got a few people down on the lower deck now, so we will see if we can head on past them through here. Another cabin there, we'll come back to that in a second. I'll take you forward. This is your VIP guest cabin. So apart from the owner's cabin, this is the biggest one on the yacht. And again, beautifully done. Very nice sort of beach house vibe to this, with this light wood everywhere. That looks great. And again, a ton of headroom. I mean, look at this. It's just remarkable. And it gives such a feeling of space. And again, it's kind of at odds with the sports yacht feel of the boat, really. Loo in here. Again, all the carbon fibre accoutrements. And the blinds down over the windows there. Very nice. That is a nice space, isn't it? Okay, let's head on back, let's head on around, and I can now show you this one as it has been vacated. So we've got twins in here. Love some of these finishes like this across here. It's really nicely done, and the lighting built into the ceiling like this. Fabulous. Hanging lockers again. Thusly, AB equipment's in there too. and of course an ensuite. So that is the guest cabins. As mentioned, 4 of those, plus that space opposite, and then owner's cabin on the main deck takes us up to 5. Let's go and have a look at that, and then we'll loop on around a little bit further. Here we go. This one here, and you can see the actual outside door there is what comes out and in to this area. People walking past in wet socks. It's a rainy day in Monaco today. This is interesting. This is a technical space. So what we've got here is all of the electronics are in here, and access to the back of the helm, all that kind of stuff. Just a really big, useful space. There we go. And then from this threshold forward, owner's cabin. And this is a dramatic space. It's the full beam of the boat, and that is over 8 meters wide. And you really feel it up here. Look at this, what a space. Beautifully lit. We've got the big hull windows as well, but the other thing we've got here is a balcony. So this will actually, this one powers up, if I understand it correctly, this one drops down. But what's really interesting about this is the fact that there's a rail here that when it powers into place, drops in automatically. Quite often with these side balconies off of the owner's cabins, you have a situation where you then need to get a deckhand to come and rig it all with the rails and everything. This one you don't. You power it into position and all that happens automatically. And there's another secret up here, because what looks like a wardrobe is actually steps up into the foredeck, and there's a little private area right up on the bow just for the owners. I'll show you that when we go on the outside. If we head on round then, obviously TV in here, this is what the boat looks like on the outside. It is a sleek machine, to say the least. I'm not going to go into cupboards here. The owners are using this at the moment, and so we will not start opening cupboards. It's full of their own private gear. Hull windows again on this side, nice little place to tuck yourself away. If we come all the way around, we will discover the ensuite. Look at this, really good size as you'd expect. Mirror wave lives in here, twin sinks, and then a massive, massive shower over here. Look at the size of this. That's fantastic, isn't it? And again, we've got the racing toilet and bidet in carbon fibre tucked away in here. Brilliant. There we go. This does, of course, close off because there's a sliding door here. So that closes off completely. If we come on round then, I'll keep the camera pointed down just a little bit. There is a huge walk-in wardrobe here, but again, full of owner's effects. So we're going to skim past that and head back out this way. So that is most of the accommodation. We can go up to the pilot house. No, we can't. It's full of people. Hello.
Hello, sorry, anyway.
No problem. Thank you very much. There we go. Thank you. There we are, scattering people as we go, aren't we? There we go. That is quite the bridge, isn't it? Now we've got the screen covers on at the minute, so we can't get a good impression of the view out. Here you can see all the instrumentation. These are multifunction displays, so we've got engine instrumentation on this one, we've got navigation, we've got camera system, radar, and again the operating system then over on this one. Seakeeper stabilizers on here, you can see one of the controls here and another one here because there are 2 of them. So very stable boat. And then all your switch gear. I don't need to tell you that's a steering wheel. Throttle controls are here. And so forth. That's impressive, isn't it? And you can go from here straight up onto the sun deck. I'm not going to take you that way because I'm in my socks and it's wet. So we're going to access that from the back. I'll show you where the other side of that is when we go on out around the decks in a minute. But we're going to head back this way. We're going to take a loop around this side and I'm going to take you into the crew areas now. So they are in here. Hello.
Hello, sorry.
No problem at all. Day heads is here, first of all, and then we can go on through to just storage over here on the right hand side. Access door straight out onto the outside again, and then this will take us down into the crew area. Now the crew, as you've probably seen, are very much on board, so we are going to keep this fairly brief, but we will give you a look in here, of course. In particular at the galley, which is huge. Look at this. That is fantastic. Masses of refrigeration. So 2 of these are freezers, 2 of these are fridges. Got the ice maker over there, and the dumbwaiter that I mentioned comes down into this corner here. So food can be sent up to the main deck, but also right up to the sun deck as well. There we go. We've got the hobs across here, the oven. Stating the obvious again, look at this massive extractor fan across here. But considering this is a sports yacht and it's all about high performance, this is what I mean about when you get to this kind of size, you don't need to compromise. You just simply have everything. You know, smaller yachts, you go to the sports yachts, you start losing features and bits and pieces. Think that's a trash compactor there? Not on this. Proper mess area here. And also proper laundry in here. Check this out. Washers, dryers. That smells delicious. If we go forward from here, there are 8 crew on this yacht in 4 crew cabins. These are in use, however they've opened one for us to see so you can see exactly what they're like. So if we go up here, these are all pretty much identical. So twin beds and an ensuite with a separate shower. That's pretty nice, isn't it? Nicely finished. A lot of space there actually, that's great. Again, it's no compromise, isn't it? Obviously storage in behind here, storage along here, storage down underneath here. Perfect. So another one of those on this side and 2 more back here. So 8 crew in total. There we go. Let's go and have a look around the decks. I also really want to show you the engineering spaces because they are dramatic. But yeah, this is a nice crew area, isn't it? Absolutely fantastic. Let's come back out of here. And we'll head on back and out. Thank you.
You're very welcome.
There we go. That's nice, isn't it? Very, very nice indeed. What a space. Okay, we've got guests on board again, so I'm going to keep the camera down. I'm going to loop you around and I'm going to take you down into the engine space. There we go. Because this is where things get properly serious. Okay. So we've got the operations room here, first of all, like so, and this will give us a clue as to the fact that this is a triple engine installation on here. Look at this, absolutely fantastic. These are MTU engines, they're the 2000 V16 series, they are 2,600 horsepower each, and this is where this gets impressive because this yacht will top 40 knots. Can you imagine that? 44 metre, 145 foot yacht at over 40 knots. It tops out about 42, I believe. Now that is serious performance. But what's also really interesting about it is the fact that it is on jet drives. So it's very shallow draft. It will float in just over 4 feet of water, 1.3 metres. Brilliant for places like the Bahamas, of course. So you can get really close in, you can get to shallow draft areas. That's fantastic. We can see the garage here as well because this is access straight into the garage. There's no tender in here at the minute, but it will take a 5.5 metre tender. We've got a jet ski in here currently. You can see it's on a roller system that takes it out of the back when the door's all the way up. Tender will go in next to it, of course. And there's access from here. I think I'm right in saying you can get straight up and out to the cockpit from there as well. So you don't have to come through the engine room, we don't have to get the back up to get into here. I think I'm right in saying that. I haven't actually been around that side. But yeah, that's that. We've got another route out of here, straight out and up onto the deck. So there's an emergency route out. And then if we come on back and round, I think I'm right in saying seakeepers live down underneath here. Yeah, there we go. You can see one of them. That sort of cylindrical fellow just there is the seakeeper. But there's another one tucked away somewhere. And then we can come across here twin water makers on here. You can see these fellows. And we can get right on around. Now in terms of range, I haven't talked about range and so forth. You can cruise at sort of 30 knots with this, with that level of performance, of course. The most efficient speed is probably around 20 to 25 knots, and that's going to be giving you probably around 600 miles of range. Don't have the exact figures, but you're going to be there or thereabouts. And you've got the steps down here, you see you can get right down under and through and round. You can see the generators at the back, there are 2 of them, big generators. Yeah, that is an impressive space. Pretty clean looking engines as well. Fantastic. Okay, let's come out of here. We've got decks to talk about. It's all a bit wet and rainy outside, but we will brave it and show you. So that we've been everywhere. Okay, let's come back up here. There we go. Again, I'm going to keep the camera pointed down a little bit. There's a lot of people on this one at the moment. I'm going to find my shoes. Let's sneak through here. There. Hello. Good, thank you. I'm just going to grab my shoes. Yes, thank you very much. Lovely.
Okay, well, yeah, let me know, no problem.
Okay, and now we're going to go up onto the sun deck. There we go. This, again, pretty big area for a yacht of this style. You don't normally get much space up here, but on this one you've got a full bar at the back, looking out across the back of the boat. And you can see we've got radar up here. We've got the satellite domes, all the usual kind of stuff that you would expect. Barbecue, sink, etc. Let's come right on around and show you all of this. As I say, we're not seeing it in its best today, are we, in this weather, but nonetheless you get a pretty good impression. There's a helm position here. You wouldn't normally be driving this at high speed from here. You'd be absolutely wind blasted. This is really more for docking, manoeuvring, so you've got the height, you've got the view. That's really what that's about. Life rafts are up here, one each side. This one is at charter spec, so it is a charterable boat, as it were. And then we come right up through here, more life rafts up here. That's all part of the charter coding, I would think. And that is the door from the pilot house that we looked at. Didn't want to come out because I didn't have shoes. Nav lights on this mast here, and some more antennas, GPS antennas. We've got the Starlink on here too. And that is quite the view. That gives you an impression of the size, doesn't it? Talking of which, oh look, it's starting to brighten up. It's a grey day in Monaco. Look at this. It's not what we come to the south for, is it really? But there we are. It is what it is, and we carry on regardless. Let's come out of here and we will finish up with a stroll up to the bow, and then I think we've just about done it. So we'll come back round here, loop around this way. Here we go. Look at these huge side decks, really well protected. Again, you're getting the impression of the sheer size of this yacht. It's a big one. It really is. And look how sleek it is. This is properly high performance. That's that doorway that we saw that slid back, and I've mentioned this door here that comes out into here. That's what that is there. And then right up on the bow, a huge amount of sunbathing. We are over the owner's cabin now. That's right across here. And what's really interesting is there's actually a walkway from the owner's cabin out through this door to this area up here. So this is like a private little deck area just for the owner, coming out through there. How cool is that? And then right up to the very front, anchor handling kit. There we go. Fantastic. Let's come right up to the bow. Let's take a look from here. That is quite the beast, isn't it? Absolutely fast and furious. There we go. Massive thanks to Denison Yachts. They organised this tour. I'll put a link to those guys in the description, and a massive thanks to you guys for watching it. Let me know what you think of that in the comments, and we'll catch you on another one of these real soon. Take care. Bye-bye.